kids. Dr. Freedom here with you. And I thought I kind of like this background. I know some of you guys like it too. I kind of thought it fitting given the subject material for tonight's Across the Continuum. Apparently, a number of Star Wars stars have been, having some complaints here and there. And plus, the funniest part is I used to use this one back when I set up the green screen. I'm just amazed at how well it's working on a virtual background. Plus here's the cool part. You can't even see the fact that right now there's a microphone hanging to my right. I thought that's what, watch this. This is cool. Whoa. And then only the voice buffer thing appears. Ain't that pretty neat? Okay, but you may want to turn the children away from this one. I'm going to get a little mean. When it comes to things that have been in my life a very long time, such as Star Wars, Star Trek, Doctor Who, sometimes I go on little rants. Plus, I have to pad the video so I can get those mid-roll ads. But if you're liking what you're seeing on this channel, please go tell others. Like, share, subscribe. Hit the little bell and make sure you get all the notifications because YouTube is screwed up. It really is. There's a lot of people who've been subscribed to this channel for a long time, and they didn't even know I was still here because they were never getting notifications when new videos were getting up. So hit that little bell if you can, when you subscribe. That way you get, notified every time a video goes up. Now, I know I haven't been doing them that often because I have other things going on here in real life, but that's a whole nother thing. Let's get to the nitty gritty, shall we? All right, here we go. Da, 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 da. Okay, first off the bat, Daisy Ridley couldn't get a job after Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker. No one wants to employ me. Tell that to Mark Hamill. Well, I'm only kidding. Mark Hamill did go on to do, some things, here and there. Plus, I think he kind of dropped out of the limelight. It's not like Corvette Summer was a big major blockbuster outside of Star Wars either, or Slipstream or The Guyver. Look these up. They did actually happen with Mark Hamill. But of course, a lot of people do know him universally as the voice of the Joker for various animated productions of Batman, which he does extremely well. Oh, yeah, he does. Plus, he did other things, to stay in business other than acting. So, plus there was Wing Commander 3, Wing Commander 4. Anybody else remember those? If you do, you're old. Okay, but the thing is sometimes you tend to get typecast when you're in such a major, major production. That and the fact that, I don't know. Like I said, I don't have any problems with the Rey character, to be honest with you. But sometimes, like what happened with Mark Hamill, you get into this role and then people only see you for that particular role. I remember the first time I saw Daisy Ridley was a little itty bitty tiny bit part in Toast to London. I can't even remember what episode it was, but I think she did pretty well given what, the material she was given. And you can't blame actors if you didn't like a movie or if you call it, unless, they're really bad. I don't think she was. I think she had to do the best with what was on the written page, and I hate to sound like a mean sexist pig, but she'll probably end up landing more roles further down the line for reasons I won't discuss. And I hate to sound mean, but sometimes that's what happens. Hollywood is a fickle beast. It really, really is. So it says right here, The Rise of Skywalker brought an end to this trilogy and a part of Daisy Ridley's life. But over the course of the three-movie, new and old characters try to save the galaxy, yada, yada, yada. And regardless of its faults, it did bring Star Wars to a whole new group of people and gave nostalgia to the rest of the fandom. She said it was sad to finish Star Wars. And when the film was released, I was like, oh my God, it was such a huge chapter, end quote. To be forced to slow down, it was good mentally for me because Star Wars was a big thing in my life. And then she goes on and there say, okay, between COVID and all that, things have slowed down. All I can say is this: don't give up the ship yet, Daisy. You're very young. You're very attractive. I think, you're some more roles waiting down the line. You can only hope. Like even Carrie Fisher, she went on with a book career. She wrote a lot of things for movies, or probably wrote movies. I'm just going off the brain box here. And like I said, if you ever get a chance, listen to some of her books. Damn, incredible author. Very, very intelligent woman. So, like I said, don't give up the ship just because this particular thing's over. Stay kind to the mouse, unlike this guy, John Boyega. I'm the only cast member whose experience of Star Wars was based on their race. Now, he is not very happy about what happened with Star Wars and all that. And I don't blame him either. Because, frankly, there was so much promise, as they say here, in the character of Finn. The first chapter, we kind of got hints that, he's handling a lightsaber. Maybe, why can't there be two Jedi heroes in a movie? What was that? I still don't get that whole twist with Kylo Ren. I thought about whatever happened to once you go down the dark path that forever dominates your destiny, you don't get do-overs, I thought, in the Force. But apparently now you do. See, I'm starting to rant because I'm going to get really pissed off here. Finn's character was a big trip to nowhere, especially in the second movie. You had that whole subplot where they go out to do this, that, and of course it all gets bungled at the end and yada, yada, they get betrayed. Big hoopty-ding-dong horse shit. Then the one time he had a chance to do something meaningful to make his character outstanding, sure, it would have cost him his life, but it would have saved the rebels. And it would have said, hey, Finn went out like a badass. But no, he gets knocked off by Rose, and boom, it's all derailed and turned into something. Oh, why would you give up your life? Because he was trying to save his friends, you dumbass. They had no idea that Luke Skywalker was going to come riding in to save the day with that weird Jedi hologrammo weird stuff. You see what I mean? And then, of course, they dragged poor Finn to the last movie, and it just seemed like he was such a wasted character to me. And I don't blame Boyega for being pissed. I don't think it's a matter of, like I said, maybe, I don't know, it wasn't there. Like I said, I don't think it was a matter of race. I think it was just a matter of they decided to focus more on Daisy Ridley's character of Rey and left Finn sitting in the dust. And it does happen in Hollywood to everybody. But that's just me. So it looks like these two major characters in the trilogy are getting the shaft. And not that kind looking, red shaft that Darth Maul had. Okay, so all I can say is this, Boyega's speaking out. He's very angry, but the problem is you piss off the mouse, you're probably not going to work in Hollywood again. And I hate to sound mean, but let's get off the camera here and I'll talk about it. One name that immediately springs to mind, Shia LaBeouf. Shia LaBeouf pissed off Spielberg, pissed off Lucas, and look at how many major motion pictures he's been in currently. And there's a reason for that. He bucked the system. But in his case, it was, all right, just a couple examples. For one, the title of the last Indiana Jones movie was supposed to remain secret up to a certain point. He went out on an award show. It was being simulcast worldwide and announced the title of the movie, Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. But this wasn't bad enough. So right there, he stuck a craw in the Spielberg. Really jammed it in there. But the stick went further up Spielberg's ass when the movie came out, and then he's in the press saying that he thought the movie sucked. You don't bite the hands that feed you. I hate to sound like a mean bastard, but that's how the biz works. And I can understand why John's pissed off, but sometimes you just got to take it on the chin and hope for something better, and hopefully people will see the quality of the work you did do, given what you had to work with, which was diddly shit, and, pick you up for further projects. But you piss off the mouse, you're going to get knocked goofy. I don't care who you are. Oh, well, folks, that was just me being mean and evil, but that's the truth. That's life. A lot of people condemn me for... I was sitting here thinking of a saying I was going to have at the beginning of one of the stories. And I'll put this up later, but the saying for this is going to be by the Gin Binions, the one race I have. Put 3 people at a table for a meal. The first person is the listener, the second person is the truth teller, and the third person is the one who tells you sweet lies. By the time you get to the main course, the listener will be either throttling or throttling or stabbing the truth teller to death, while the lie-sayer sits there and laughs. And sadly, that is how life is now. Sorry, I got philosophical there for a moment. I'm going to get on out of here, so please take care of yourselves and each other. Remember, be safe no matter what your local media says about the COVID virus. It is still out there. It's still running around. And trust me, I know people who've had it. You don't want to get it. Good night, everyone. Take care.